Chapter 369, The Underpants Crusader. It starts at the high school and Luan was ready for a great day. Luan, another great day at school. It's a school of delight. Laughs. Luan accidentally bumped into someone. Luan, oops. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going. Harold, that's okay. Harold was enticed by Luan's beauty and he was in love. Harold, wow. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Harold Hutchins. Luan, pleasure to meet you. I'm Luan Loud. He shakes her hand and she zaps him with a joy buzzer. Zap. Luan, I know what buzzes you. Laughs, get it? Harold, laughs, that was too funny. George, hey Harold, what's going on here? Harold, oh, I was just doing jokes with Luan here. Luan, this is my best friend George. George, pleasure to meet you Luan. Luan, pleasure to meet you too. Wanna smell my flower? George, sure. He leans closer and it squirts water into his face. Luan, what are you doing that for? Laughs, get it? They both laughed. Melvin showed up. Melvin, out of my way you ignoramus. Luan, who's he? George, that's our arch nemesis Melvin. He hates us and wants to make sure we never go to school again. Harold, yet. What a jerk. He's the reason why we got expelled from our previous school. Luan, why, what happened? Melvin, because of our former principal Mr. Krupp's unlawful scribbled rules, I got him fired and got these two delinquents expelled for their abhorrent shenanigans. I suggest you stay away from these cretinous mongrels, you wannabe comedian. Oh, he did not just go there. Luan, angry, what did you call me? George, shut up Melvin and go bother someone else. Harold, yet. Melvin, a wannabe comedian. Luan jumped on him and snapped two bear traps on his arm and leg and he screamed in agony. Harold and George were holding Luan. Harold, Luan, calm down. He's not worth it. George, yet. He'll get what's coming to him. Melvin, you, Luan, are a total fox. Luan, don't call me fox you butt face. She kicks him in the face and splashes him with acid. It burns him bad and he screams in pain. Harold, wow. Luan, nobody calls me a wannabe comedian and lives to tell about it. Your crimes are unforgivable. Harold, that's right Melvin. You ruined our lives and we'll never forgive you for that. George, in fact. Snaps fingers. Suddenly there was a battle cry. Tra-la-la. Luan, what was that? Harold, that's Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants landed. Captain Underpants, what's the trouble boys? George, Captain, Melvin here is out to ruin our lives again. He needs to be stopped. Captain Underpants, no prob. Captain Underpants wrapped him in underwear and it acted like a straitjacket. Luan, wow. Captain Underpants, another great victory. George, thanks Captain. Harold, maybe he won't be so lucky in prison for his crimes. Melvin was sent to prison where he'll be for the rest of his life. Luan, that was so awesome. George, thanks Luan. We used a hypno ring and turned our former principal into Captain Underpants. Luan, that's cool. George, we call on him should the time come. Harold, you see Luan, we write our own comics. Harold and George showed Luan their comics and they were great. Luan, these comics are really good guys. I should introduce you to my little brother Lincoln and his best friend Clyde McBride and my older brother JD. Knudsen. George and Harold, gasp, the JD. Knudsen? Luan, that's right. George, he is awesome. We saw his adventures on the news and they were awesome. Harold, we didn't know he was your brother. Luan, not by blood but he's a great friend that became another sibling to us in my family. George, that's a really powerful bond. Harold, it sure is. Luan, yeah. Is this your first day at school? Harold, it sure is. George, we're starting today. Luan, cool. Welcome to Royal York High School. You're gonna love it here. George, thanks Luan. Harold, it's gonna be cool being here. Luan, thanks boys. Later they got started in school. The end. Another fanfiction complete. Me and Rachel did this one and it centers around Luan meeting George and Harold from Captain Underpants. That's a really funny movie and an awesome series on Netflix. It's funny and awesome at the same time. The books had really silly names and they were funny too. Let me know what you all think. See you next time. Captain Underpants series belongs to Dav Pilkey, Scholastic and Blue Sky Publishing. Movie belongs to David Soren and DreamWorks Animation. Captain Underpants TV show belongs to Netflix and DreamWorks Animation Television.